like a nice material sofa. Mine's like a leather one.
Well, compared to a sofa that's immaterial.
Well, you know, I don't like cold leather ones.
It's metaphor.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It feels like
It's warm.
it's
cozy.
Yeah.
With a leather one, you get this. If you
Sticky.
if you sit on a leather couch naked, your balls stick to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's no good for nudeness.
If you got Betty Swallocks, you can't sit on a leather couch.
He's right.
Just mental images I can't get out now.
Do you also make a right noise when you're having sex?
Oh yeah. But the plus side of that is it's wipe. You can just wipe it.
For fuck's sake! That's what...
Welcome to the Talk Nerdy podcast.
See you, mate.
Jesus wept.
We are your hosts with the most. I am Chris.
I'm Jay.
I'm Gaz.
And yeah, today we're going to talk about Star Wars.
We're going to talk about a few things.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a few things, but mostly Star Wars though.
Can I give 2 shout-outs, sorry?
Yeah, before we start. Go on.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to Wales Comic Con for having us,
It looked a blast.
which
Yeah.
it was a blast.
We had a lot of fun. We love Wales Comic Con. It's a nice con, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
It's nicely arranged. It's got a few little venues, and then you've got a nice big outside space where all the cosplayers can go and
Especially in the
just
sun, it was nice.
sit and chill out and have a nice lolly. Yeah, so yeah, go to our YouTube channel to check that video out. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was really good.
Good times, man. Yeah.
I'm sure there was another shout-out, but I can't remember it. They can't have been that important.
So you said you were going to make 2 shout-outs, and halfway through the first shout-out, you've forgotten the second
I genuinely have, yeah.
It must have been that important.
I'm thinking it wasn't important, but
Yeah,
there's always
you're
one
like, thank my mum and dad.
Well, do we go straight into trailers? I mean, I think there is a little bit of news.
Go on, let's have some news first.
So we'll have the news.
Oh yeah, there's actually big news. We've got our casting for Cable in Deadpool 2.
Oh, yes, we did. Hold on, I've got that here.
None other than Josh Brolin.
Yeah, which comes...
AKA
Thanos.
the dude from the Goonies. Well, the kid from the Goonies. The older kid.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in the Goonies. And yeah, also Thanos. But yeah, I think you're worried a bit too much about that, Job, because I don't think that's a problem. Because
Oh, no, I'm not worried. I'm more worried about the confusion this causes to people who aren't as into the films as they should be, and trying not... So, like, I did see someone on my Facebook feed go, interesting, the person who's playing Thanos is also playing Cable in Deadpool 2. What are you up to, Marvel?
Well, they're
because
not,
that's all.
yeah.
We know they're not linked. We
Yeah.
know the reasons that studios own different properties.
Yeah.
But to people who don't know it that well, they're going, so hold on, Thanos is Cable, and it's all Marvel. Do Marvel do one big universe?
Yeah.
So I think that is a little bit confusing.
well, it is,
to
but
the average goer.
to
But
be
I don't have a
honest,
problem. I think he looks the part.
Yeah, I think it's a fucking brilliant casting choice.
Have you seen
He
him?
looks like
I've
Cable.
seen him, yeah. I mean, I don't really... if I'm being honest, I don't really know Cable.
Hold on.
So,
He's a time-travelling mutant.
Okay.
The son to Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey, if I'm not mistaken.
And this is going to be in Deadpool.
This is going to be in the second Deadpool film, yeah.
They often have quite a bit of banter, him and Deadpool, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like a
They
very
have it.
serious
So
guy.
is he on Deadpool's side, or is he a villain?
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah,
They're both
basically,
anti-heroes.
there's just a time-travelling mercenary, and they have this really cool relationship that's sort of like a buddy cop kind of thing, where the latest book that I read, Cable and Deadpool, was Split Second, was it called?
Yeah, Split Second.
And that was fucking brilliant, hilarious shit. So I can't wait to see them on screen together.
I think
and I
you'll
think
appreciate it.
those two are going to play off together. You know, Ryan Reynolds and Josh Brolin. I think it's going to gel really well. I'm really excited for it. I think it's a great casting choice.
No, I was happy with that.
Better than Ron Perlman. You know, I would have been nice. It would have been nice to see Ron
I just don't
Perlman,
think he
but
could do the whole...
he's a bit too old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a good face for it. Like, not an 80s face, but no, Josh Brolin. I'm stoked on that. Yeah.
My news,
Yeah.
my one was, and it has been a little while since we've talked, but obviously we're going to get Batgirl done
Oh
by...
shit! Yeah. Joss Whedon's
Joss
gonna
Whedon's-
do a Batgirl film.
Now-
That's fucking exciting. I mean, I love Joss Whedon. Everything he touches turns to gold. He did the Avengers films. He did Buffy.
Yeah,
He's-
that's
he
what
did
I'm most
Firefly.
excited about Buffy. The fact that he did Buffy.
Dude, he can write.
It's
strong-
perfect. Batgirl is a kind of
Yeah.
similar
Very
property.
similar. Yeah, he can write strong female leads really well. and make it funny and relevant and compelling, and I'm super excited about that.
When's that due?
I don't know, nothing's been announced officially yet, has it?
It's probably going to be 2018.
It's going to be a long way down the line because DC have got all their other shite to release first before that comes along. But yeah, so who do you think should play Batgirl?
I've already blogged about this. I've already done this.
Not read that blog.
It was a while ago. That's why I foresaw this.
Emma Stone. I want Emma Stone to be Batgirl.
You wanted Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I said
Do we not think that like Emma Stone, by the time we get to that point, will she not be a bit old? Isn't she supposed to be quite a young character?
Yeah, she is actually meant to be a teenager Batgirl, but it depends.
I'd go for that one.
Okay.
God, what's her name? She was in that like Lucy film. She'd be a good shot.
Scarlett Johansson.
No, it wasn't. It's like a little, a younger girl. Oh, I can't.
I didn't see Lucy.
You have to IMDb it. While the IMDb's that, I went through all this and I decided my personal favourite choice for it was Jenna Louise Coleman.
Yeah, Jenna Louise Coleman would be great because she's just fantastic.
I think she'd have a young face.
Yeah, she has got a young face compared to Emma Stone.
I don't think she'd
Emma Stone's got a few crow feet, sort of.
What?
Sort of.
We're never going to get on the show if you start like dissing Emma Stone. To Emma Stone, I'm really sorry. I don't think you have crow's feet. I think they're beautiful feet.
Listen, I love Emma Stone. I'm a big fan of Miss Stone, but she may be a little bit too old for the role. So we'll see.
As Gaz found.
No, I can't think of it. What was that film I watched the other week that I did the review for? The women one.
20th Century Women.
It's not her, but she'd be quite a good shout as well, actually. Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'd quite like to see Chloe Grace Moretz, but I know
is she the one from Kick-Ass?
She's Hit Girl, yeah.
Yeah, I.
That's who I mean.
Is that who you mean?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
There's a reason I said
I'm a big fan of the Moretz. I love her. I think she's brilliant. But because she played Hit Girl, it's too much of a similar kind of. I don't know.
That's I'm telling you. That's.
I'm trying to remember why.
She's got a bit feisty then.
Oh yeah. She's the right age for it. You know, she's cool. She's funny, but I don't know if she's just got that tough edge.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, I think she could.
I don't know.
I did. I put both of them down forward, but there's a reason I knocked them down.
Do you know what they don't do enough of though now? Like we're naming like loads of people here that are already famous.
Famous people, yeah.
Just get someone to be someone.
That's funnily enough. That's what I put. I put it would. I think a lot of people would look at Emma Stone and go, "That's Emma Stone," before thinking Barbara Gordon.
Exactly.
Especially now. I mean, she's been in so many good iconic roles now. It's just another one to add, even if it's a success. Whereas I'd quite like it to be the one that makes someone a success.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean that even takes out that Chloe girl, to be fair. But
I've put down that Chloe. The reason I didn't see her doing it is I think she's too strong of a female character to believably play the vulnerable side of Barbara Gordon. I think she's come off too strong in the past few films, especially with like stuff like Carrie, where I actually
that's the one I was on about.
Yeah, was it Carrie? Was that Lucy? It was Carrie.
I always get girls' names confused.
That could be trouble, Gary. So I've actually got another suggestion here for Batgirl. What about Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things 11?
I could.
I don't
see
know
where you're going.
She'd be a good Batgirl.
She's only 10.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. This is going to happen in like 5 years or something.
Is it? I don't think it's that far ahead. I think you're really... Hold on.
I could definitely see that happening. She's got that vibe, but I don't know. If I'm being honest, I could probably just see sticking with Stranger Things and then going into a bit more seriousness.
Oh yeah, she'll do an Emma Stone. Not Emma Stone. What's her fucking name? Hermione.
Yeah.
What's her name? Emma Watson. She'll do an Emma Watson, I reckon. She'll branch off and... Has anyone seen that Beauty and the Beast, by the way?
No, not yet. I was supposed to take our girl, but I didn't get around to it.
I'm not interested, but from people... I've heard it's good from people.
I've heard a lot of positive,
I've heard
actually.
it's positive from some people that I wouldn't trust.
Exactly. That's what I mean. From, like... Facebook friends who will remain nameless. People that don't really know anything about films and just the songs are good, it's lovely. I'm not No, I'm not.
I'm definitely not convinced. I think there's a couple of people that I would trust their judgment, and they said it was a bit naff.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. I'm the same.
I'm more willing to go with their judgment
than
someone who goes to cinemas once every 10 years to watch that.
And the critics, it's kind of been slated a little bit, hasn't it? So yeah, it's
fair dues. Well,
it's what's it got on IMDb? Let me just double check that. It's got a 7.7 out of 10. That's not bad, actually.
It's early days, it always drops IMDb rating.
Yeah.
When it first comes out, the people that go and see it are going to rate it.
Yeah.
True.
So it's all the people who wanted to go and see it in the first place. So it's always a higher rating. And then 3 months, 4 months down the line, you can even get it within days of it coming out sometimes. So I've obviously gone to watch a film. Thinking it was, that's going to be about an 8, that.
Yeah.
And then by the time I've bloody watched it, and then go to look at it again, it's like 6.4. I'm like, fucking hell, I wish I'd not watched it now.
Yeah, when we went to go see Suicide Squad, I checked the IMDb before we went in, and it got like a 9 point something.
That's that one guy who went to see it.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. But I loved it.
You did?
That one guy.
That one guy. You prick.
Have you got any more news for us, John?
I'm all newsed out.
Should we watch some trailers then?
Yeah, so this is the trailers portion. So what we do is we stick on some trailers. Some of us have watched them, but I know Gary never has. And then we just go over them and discuss what we just saw. So what's up first, Gary?
I think, are we going with the Justice League first?
Yeah, we'll do Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League.
That came out a while ago. Me and Jub have seen it. So
yeah, I've only seen it the once though, so this will be kind of like good for me to look back.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free.
My turn.
Come together. Right now. Come together. Right
Ugh, that looks horrible, doesn't it?
That looks fucking tragic. I thought it was going to be quite bad, but that looked like a horrible, like CGI filled movie.
I got so bored. I kind of forgot I was watching it halfway through.
That doesn't look like a blockbuster.
No,
that
it
looks
doesn't.
like a straight to DVD, like cheap.
Bear in
movie.
mind, now hold on, I'm going to play devil's advocate here and play.
Oh, I know. I
Cyborg
winced.
looks so
I actually
bad.
winced when he first came on and it said like there's Cyborg or whatever it said. I was like, oh,
Devil's advocate.
It's not finished.
It's not finished.
Well, put out a trailer
No,
like
because
that.
Guardians of the Galaxy had the same. Watch the very first Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. You actually can see technically a bit of green screen in the background.
Well, I'm
it's,
sorry, but that looked brilliant.
I'm not
Guardians of
defending
the
this, by the way.
Galaxy.
I'm with you on this.
I see what you're saying. That Devil's Advocate, but I don't think that's going to be a very good film.
If I have to see a positive from that, I like the look of Aquaman.
No.
He might not. I don't read Aquaman, so I don't know. Is that what he's like?
No, it doesn't look like that. At
No,
all.
not look like that. But I mean the kind of cocky, kind of like.
No.
You know what
That's
he
not
reminded
even
me?
his character.
You know what he reminded me more of? Green Lantern.
Yeah. That's what Green Lantern's like. He's a bit of a cocky twat, but
Isn't he going to be a bit more like Namor?
Well,
Like they're both like going to be like these looking
he's
down,
a king.
like yeah.
He's regal. Like he doesn't crack jokes. Like
like sit on the top of a fucking car going, "Come on,
and
boy!"
he's like
Yeah!
looking at like Batman suit going, "I dig it." It's like no. He looks like a fucking extra from fucking Sons of Anarchy or something. Like it's just no.
Absolutely hated that.
Yeah.
I think it looks like there's too much at once again. Like the whole world is being invaded, and
I hated the song.
the songs. Why are you playing these songs?
Really, how hard is it to come together and get people on board? But they've ruined it.
Exactly.
Who was that? Do we know?
I don't know. I've just
No.
literally tried to find it on my
know.
phone now, and I can't find anything. Like that suggests to me that it might be studio made.
Oh.
Which is even
It just
worse.
They probably could have got Michael
It's
Jackson's
just
version
not
with Paul
Justice
McCartney,
League
surely.
come together.
It just
There's no. There's no band name. That scares me even more.
They don't want to put the name to it.
No, the Flash looks like a cocky twat as well, and I don't like.
It's
Don't
bad.
like it. No.
That's bad.
And it's just got that horrible.
We're going to watch that.
We are going to go and pay money for that.
It just.
And then do a live feed about
If
it.
anyone,
This is Suicide Squad all over it.
by the way,
Except I'm not going to like this.
if there's anyone out there who is interested in sponsoring this podcast, can you please get in touch, because god damn it, we need some money.
We don't want to pay £15 to see this.
Oh my word.
Like, it just reeks of Scott Snyder CGI garbage, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It really does look horrendous. I'm not even.
Do you know what I mean?
like-
Also, there was a little quick flash of Lois Lane, which makes me think, God fucking damn it, we've got to deal with
I forgot about
Lois
that
Lane
bitch.
again.
Yeah.
Who, I'm sorry, I've got nothing against Lois Lane, but in this iteration, she's fucking useless.
Yeah, and the fight scenes just look terrible. It looked like a video game,
Yeah,
didn't it?
there was like bits where he jumps off the Batmobile and
Yeah.
goes towards the sky. And
Yeah.
It was all a bit really?
I tell you-
This is what we're watching.
So it looks bad, but I'll tell you what, one thing does look good about that. I think Wonder Woman looks great in it. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that Wonder Woman film.
I still am. I
So-
think Wonder Woman will be a blast.
I've
I really-
lost it with DC if this is this shit they're putting out in trailers now.
I really liked her in Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman. I thought, aside from Batman's parts in that, she was dead good in it. She was one of the best things about it. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in it, but apart from that, I mean, I'm not even looking forward to see Batman in this, because he looks really
He
badly
looks
done.
shit as well, yeah.
They've
love
got his
Batman, but
character
I just
wrong
think it looks
and-
cheap.
Yeah.
It
Like
reminds
this
me of George Clooney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reminds me of George Clooney Batman.
This could be worse than Clooney.
No, but that's the thing. Clooney at least was kind of like cap in hand, going like, right, look, it's the back card. Like, this is going to be like, take me seriously. Here's the back card.
I hope we're all wrong.
I hope we're all wrong, but we're often we're not wrong. So that was Justice League. We're going to watch.
It's garbage.
We're going to watch a trailer for a film now that comes out next month that I didn't know existed until just now.
Yeah,
And
I'm a big fan
Paris-
of this franchise. I'm a massive fan of this franchise, as you well know.
Yeah.
And it's always because, again, the film's coming out on my birthday. All the other films come out on my birthday, like the date specifically.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this, and I was aware it was coming out, but it's crept up, and I do feel that we've missed out. So
I
go
have
ahead.
No idea.
For once, I'm the only one who has seen this.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's a weird
5.
I think I saw. Well, I don't know when it was, but I didn't particularly like it. But yeah, this is Pirates of the Caribbean.
5.
Your pants. Jack. I'm so sorry. Were you still talking?
There's nowhere to hide. Find Sparrow for me.
From this moment on, we are to be allies.
Considering where your left hand is, I'd say we're more than that.
Monkey.
I'm not looking for trouble.
What a horrible way to live.
You will pay for what you did to me.
The men on that ship are looking for Jack, so I'm going to swim for it.
Karina, stop that.
No, don't stop that.
This has gone far enough.
No, it has not.
I saw her ankles.
You'd have seen a lot more if you kept your cake holes shut.
I'm gonna go see that, and I'm gonna like that.
I'm not going to bother. I mean, I absolutely loved the first film and the subsequent 2 that came after it. But that doesn't interest me at all.
No, I think the humour
it's-
looks dreadful.
it does,
He
yeah.
almost looks like he's playing the caricature of Jack Sparrow
Yeah,
now, and it
yeah.
doesn't feel
looks-
like Jack Sparrow anymore. It's
It-
like, Johnny Depp, do you want to do Jack Sparrow
Yeah.
again? Yes, I will. I'll do that, and I'll give it some welly. It's like, fuck off, Joe.
Jump, you know what it's like? Those fucking Jack Sparrow cosplays that we've just seen at Wales Comic Con.
I think they've probably done a better job.
Now, I'm feeling a lot of hate here, right?
What, for us or that?
No,
film?
there's some things it's going to be limited on. So for starters, you do have a different director. That's where the fourth one always fell flat for me, because I could immediately tell from the cinematography that the director was different, and because of that, it gave it a very different tone, which I wasn't sure of.
Yeah.
And the second thing that they're going for, if you have a look again, is trying to give us another male and female to be
Well, it just looks-
Orlando and Elizabeth Swann.
It's a budget Keira Knightley and
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom. That's what we're getting here. Some chick from Scotland.
I mean, to be fair, I did
She
quite
looked
like
like she had substance. So all I know about the lad so far is he's interested in where Jack Sparrow
I don't
keeps his
think you got
pants.
substance from her in the trailer, though.
I did. She's a woman of science.
I just think
But you took from that trailer. That's what you took. I don't even remember her speaking. Really,
She's a woman of science. She doesn't like pirates. She looks down on them. I think this could be interesting because they're trying to put like a more modern woman. Elizabeth Swann's journey was much broader and took longer. They're trying to squeeze it all in again. I'd rather just see Jack trying to fight off that entire fleet on his own.
But it looks like the Skeleton Fleet again. This looks like a fan-made parody film of the first film. Like they've got the.
I didn't like Young Jack. Young Jack pissed me off.
Crew, and then you've got the budget Elizabeth Swann, whatever his fucking name was.
Orlando.
The character in it. What was his name? What was the character in it? I don't even know. Orlando Bloom. What the fuck was his character in it?
I don't know.
It's to do with Boots, wasn't it? Bootstrap Bill.
No, that wasn't. That was his dad's name.
His dad's name. So he had the similar name, William Turner.
Yeah, William Turner. We're bringing the pirate back out in JV. No, I mean,
this film is not suitable for kids. It's rated R.
No,
that's funnier than that whole fucking trailer.
I won't be going to see that.
No, I think I'll watch it, but I'm not going to the cinema to watch it.
I'll buy it when it comes out on DVD, but
I'm going to see it if anyone wants to come with me.
if you pay for me, I'll come.
Right.
Right, what have we got next?
Well, we might actually get a decent film.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
What is it?
Thor.
Oh, mate. Oh, shit.
So I haven't seen this.
Have you not seen this?
And I purposely didn't because I thought we would watch it. And
he's getting the idea now.
All the Facebook vibe that I got was, oh my fucking god!
Dude, you should have seen when me and Jub watched it. I wish we'd filmed our reaction.
I know, yeah, to be
we
fair.
were literally jumping around the room.
But that's not ruining it.
Alright, so this is for Ragnarok.
It's main event time.
We know each other. He's a friend from work. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing.
Fucking awesome.
Like, that, compared to the last one, when I was criticising the music, right?
Yeah.
Bang on, Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
have a bit of that.
Straight in there.
Straight in, and then the humour looks incredible.
Yeah, it's classic Marvel humour.
Yeah,
isn't
exactly. You know, I mean that bit with the Hulk there, it's bang on,
amazing.
mate.
Yeah,
We laughed our asses off at that bit.
Mate, we were jumping around the room. Beat for beat, that is just bob on.
I even like the logo that came up at the end.
Yeah,
I was like,
80s.
come on, you're winning me over with the Strange Things vibe, where you just
man.
go, well, give us a fucking 80s logo and I'm sold.
I just like the fact like they pick like the greatest Led Zeppelin song of all time for me. The fucking
Hammer off the ground.
Yeah, and then so like for the ice and snow, which is all like fucking Asgard and shit.
man.
Perfect.
And then it showed loads of different shots of all like the bad guys and what's going on, but we still don't really know what's going on. All I know is that
It
girl
looks
just
a bit
blew up
like-
fucking.
It looks a little bit like a
Manga.
fucking Hunger Games
Yeah,
with
mate, yeah.
fucking superheroes.
Yeah.
I love that.
It looks amazing.
Like, honestly, I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
I mean-
Jeff Goldblum was like the Don. I shall make you fight.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
But have you noticed though, his makeup and his styling looks a lot like the Collector, you know, from Guardians
Well,
of the
there's a
Galaxy.
whole Guardians of the Galaxy vibe there.
Yeah,
not to take
yeah.
anything away from it. They've just gone.
This
You know
is-
what we're going to be doing? We need that Guardians.
That's the
kind of
same
thing.
universe. though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
this is how they're going to tie it all in.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've got a bit of spacey, a little bit from the Thor films, but we've not merged them together yet with the Guardians sort of, you know, Collector vibe and all that, and we're going to get...
I'm really interested. I did tip you. I said to you, this is going to be my favourite film this
I mean,
year.
mate, compared to Justice League, that's miles apart.
Oh, it is.
And
yeah,
we live in, who'd
we've
have
watched
thought?
Justice League before, and that's what I'm saying. Those last 2 trailers of Justice League, particularly.
Who'd have thought we live in a day and age where we're more pumped for a Thor film than a fucking Justice League film?
Yeah, with Batman and shit.
I mean, I'm a massive Justice League fan. I love the Justice League comics better than the Avengers comics.
You do,
but I love the Avengers films more than the the DC comic films. And isn't that just amazing to say that we're more excited for a Thor film than a fucking film with Batman?
So I seem to think on the last podcast we talked slightly about Thor, because didn't we get like a first look, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're worried about the fact there's also going to be, I said the Hulk will be in there, and Doctor Strange, you're like, that's
too
many.
too much, and then I said about the hair.
He's got short hair, but they explain it in the trailer. He gets his,
come on, yes!
He gets his hair buzzed off.
Exactly what I'm talking about. He's got his long hair, something happens to him, he's got short hair, sorting it out.
Yeah, we're all right now. We're on track. We know what's going to happen. So
I'm pumped. Really, November cannot come soon enough.
So that's in November too.
Yeah.
Can we not change the live stream to that fucking
I
shit?
feel like people will want to hear us talk more about Justice League. I don't know.
I feel that people, well, we might put it out to a vote.
I'm gonna say something quite bold here. I'm more excited for that Thor film than the Spider-Man film that's coming out.
I could be.
With that.
Yeah, I could be.
And you know how big of a Spider-Man film I am. I've got him fucking tattooed on me.
You have?
But when I saw Thor go into that arena and get that fucking helmet with the wings off.
By the way, that is going to be this Christmas's accessory to buy.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get one, definitely. I want the Thor helmet for Christmas. Anyone, any of my family that's listening.
He wants you to leave him feeling Thor.
Ew. So should we move on? What else we got?
Well, the obvious where we're going to go with this, as is more or less going to be somehow titled in the podcast, I imagine. We are going to watch the new Star Wars trailer for the Last Jedi.
Have you guys watched this yet?
Yes, we have, of course.
No, well, I haven't.
I did a little reaction video on the Talk Nerdy page. It was rubbish.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it purely on the basis that obviously
we were
I didn't want to hear anything about it.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to this because I'm really worried.
Oh mate,
this is Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
What do you see?
Light. Darkness. A balance.
It's so much bigger. I only know one truth. It's time for the Jedi to end.
oh yes, that looks amazing. Oh, Gaz is not convinced.
No, not at all.
Oh, dude, I got goosebumps.
Right, I just want to know why.
I don't know. I don't think there was much to it.
But it's
We've been over this. We even said on the last podcast that the guy who plays Kylo said that he doesn't even want a trailer for this one. You're like, I agree. So
I do. But why then make one?
But we're getting more Star Wars. That's boss.
Well, then give me it in December when there's something interesting going on.
But
there's been interesting going on.
I didn't
Kylo Ren's mask is smashed up.
There's so much to debate there. It's like, let's break the trailer down bit by bit.
Go on.
You know, first of all, you see Rey. Is she getting trained by Luke? Luke doesn't want the Jedis anymore, so there's going to be sort of like he needs a bit of convincing, to sort of train him, and it's going to be like that. He's going to be the Yoda. He's going to train her up. You saw her using the Force over the rocks, levitating off the ground.
Yeah,
sounds like back Empire Strikes Back.
Well, okay, maybe they might, mirror a bit of Empire in this.
You're going to have a training scene. If there's a training montage.
All I'm going to say there is, right, what you're saying is, so the last film...
Oh, here we go.
Before
I know where he's going.
Force Awakens was A New Hope, and then all the ones in this one are starting to mirror Empire Strikes Back.
No, but I was about to say, but...
I am not okay with this.
The most important thing to take from that is, Luke says to Rey, what do you feel, what can you see? The light, the darkness, the balance. The balance, that's so important. Are we going to get Grey Jedi? That's a big deal.
Do you want to explain what Grey Jedi is?
Grey Jedi, they're neither Sith nor Jedi. They are the balance. They balance the Force. See, the Sith, they only deal in absolutes. Well, the Jedi only deal in absolutes as well. So, in order to have a balance, you can't have one or the other. So you need the Grey Jedi. And I think they might go down this route. I think it's really
that was all
exciting.
when the prequels did. The one thing I can say about the prequels is they did make out that the Jedi became too snobby and too up their own arses.
But, it's so exciting because, Luke, what's he seen? Where's he been? Is he now looking down that Grey Jedi path? Has he seen that the Jedi are all, just
as bad as the Sith?
It's which way are they going to take this? To me, it's super exciting.
I was always shocked when I saw him say that. As it was being said, I kind of didn't concentrate. And somebody afterwards went, "Oh, did Luke say that?" And I had to go back. It's like, shit, Luke said that.
And that and you see the ancient Jedi little artifacts.
Yeah,
what's going to go on in there? It's so. And then I think we saw a little glimpse of Phasma coming.
That
back.
was one thing about Captain Phasma is back. I thought she was just not given a good hand in the first film.
Yeah, no,
there's much more to that character. She's getting her own comic as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her coming back.
So I want more Phasma.
You saw another little clip there that was in The Force Awakens with Luke and R2-D2 on that. I think the temple was on fire.
Yeah, we're
going
to finally see what happens.
So we're going to see what's happened. So they're obviously going to explain more. Those flashback scenes in The Force Awakens. It's going to get explained in this. What about that scene, dude? I'm trying to sell this to Gaz now. What about the scene where the spaceships are flying through the desert? There's red shit flying around.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they are.
And then there's the Falcon.
I bet, don't get me wrong, right? There's a lot in there. I know what you're saying. You've got an excited child. Star Wars. You've got, oh my god, what does it all mean? And I get that.
Theories, man.
Yeah, I get that. But they are just theories. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to know what happens in the film, but I'm just looking at it going, well, yeah, okay.
I don't know. I mean, this is what...
I think Kylo's going to switch sides.
Well, you know what? This is another big thing, right?
Because on the poster...
This is what I love the most about Star Wars, is I love speculating about Star Wars and seeing a little taster like that. I mean, I know you said, okay, I've seen that, I don't want to see any more trailers, I'm sold. But to me, and I'm usually like that, I've not watched the second Spider-Man trailer or the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer for that reason. But when it comes to Star Wars... Give me more. I want to eat up everything you throw at me. So the next trailer, I'm going to be there when it's out. And I want to see everything.
I'm quite happy.
No, I'd be much happier just watching it in the cinema and seeing it.
The thing about the Kylo Ren bit is,
the mask is smashed.
The mask is smashed up, so he's going to get himself a new mask, or he's going to go without one. I don't know. He's got a big scar on his face. But the question is he going to turn light? Is he going to do full circle like Anakin, like Darth Vader did? And is he actually working inside the whole time to bring down the Empire?
I don't think it's that deep, because he wouldn't kill his dad.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anything's possible.
No.
I think in your mind, anything is possible.
Yeah. Star Wars, they've got to have a big twist. What did they have in the original trilogy that everyone loved? I Am Your Father. There needs to be a massive twist like that.
I think there's going to be something like...
Rey's parents, we still don't know about that,
I think they're going to be random. There's a part of me that wants to say that they're going to be related to Ben Kenobi, to Obi-Wan.
It's too obvious.
But the thing is, there's no way that they're going to say anyone. I'm just going to be like, is everyone fucking related to each other in this fucking universe?
This is what they're trying to move on from, because obviously the original trilogy, it's very much like a soap opera, and it's following the Skywalkers, and they try to do that with the prequels. And yeah, like JB said, this universe is so vast with all these different planets and species. Why is everyone, the
Skywalkers?
The Skywalkers. So what they're trying to do here is move on from that, bring Rey in. I don't think she's a Skywalker.
Finn was getting transported, wasn't he, in them things?
Yeah.
So
Aiden said to me, oh, he's a stormtrooper again, because he thought he was wearing.
But he's not. He's wearing something else.
It's like he's obviously he was injured at the end of Force Awakens, and they're trying to heal him in whatever, he's in a little pod or whatever. I don't know, but we saw BB-8 and Poe running. What's going on there? Explosions!
I thought it looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so did the first one.
I was worried.
The score, by the way.
The score, mate. Goosebumps all the way around. But I was a bit worried that they might not get the visuals as spot on, because JJ's not doing it. But it looks lovely.
I thought it looked fantastic, but...
Who's directing this one? Because there's going to be a different director for each one, isn't there?
Yeah,
like the original
unfortunately.
3.
I mean, I would have loved JJ to do all 3, to be honest.
I think it does need to... The keys need to change hands.
The main thing I thought to take away from this is it looks dark, man.
Yeah, it does look dark.
It doesn't look like The Force Awakens. Rian Johnson is directing this.
Oh, we've been over this. What's he done before?
He has done Looper, Brick,
yeah, I remember
and
that.
The Brothers Bloom.
I hope it is dark, I do, but I don't know. I didn't get much from the trailer myself.
So, to move on from something that Gaz is excited about, is Rogue One.
Yeah,
You've
I really
recently
like that. And maybe,
watched it, haven't you?
I don't know, I was sold on Rogue One from the first trailer I saw of that.
Which is a bit... everyone was, but let's be honest, what we were sold
because,
wasn't what we were given.
No, but I did enjoy it. I thought that's the type of movie that sits in that franchise well, but has its own identity. And that's what I loved about it. That was my main thing with Force Awakens that I didn't like, was I don't think it had its own identity as much. Even the prequels had their own identity, I thought.
Yeah, for the right
Whereas
reasons.
The Force Awakens was a little bit like trying to be...
A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rogue One got it bang on.
Yeah.
Because it fits in with all the stories, but it's a completely different look at it.
And we're going to get one of them every other year. Next year we're getting Han Solo's.
Now, this is the thing, you see.
Here we go.
What did he do? He was in a happy place.
I'm not convinced that that's a good idea.
You are convinced
because that was separate people we'd not really seen before. Yeah, there's some links in there to people that we heard and stuff.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
It's a completely separate thing. We've not got Han Solo, who was already in all of the original 3, and obviously the one that's just been Force Awakens. So I don't know. I'm more worried about the Han Solo one cheapening that character as much as I think the Force Awakens cheapened the original franchise.
There's a risk to it.
Yeah.
Either flopping. There is a risk to it going wrong. To go back to that trailer we just watched, though, did you see back of Leia's head? Oh.
Now that's another thing that Rogue One got right. I don't like CGI, but I thought the CGI characters in it were quite good. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think they were perfect.
Like Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, and they got Leia and stuff, and I thought that was quite a good way to do it, without being able to get the actors to obviously then do it from the 70s.
They filmed The Last Jedi. They've Leia, Carrie Fisher completed her parts in it. So what I'm thinking is, they said they're not going to do CGI in the next one for Leia. So how are they going to handle not bringing Leia back?
The family said that they'll happily let them use her for 9, but they've come back and said we're not going to use her for 9.
Yeah.
So we don't.
I know, I'm happy about that. I wouldn't like them to use CGI for her in 9 because it just a bit weird, isn't it? It was all right when she was still alive, but I think CGI.
Well, I even think if so, was she not alive when Rogue One came out?
Yeah, she saw that, yeah.
Oh, she did? Right,
yeah, she saw it, yeah.
I don't think that's disrespectful, though. I think that was quite a good homage, if anything. Even I watched it after, obviously, she had died. And I thought, what a lovely touch.
I'm 50-50 on Rogue One.
That would have made me cry if I'd have watched it after.
But I've got to say, Rogue One made me excited about Star Wars again.
Yeah.
About the original Star Wars again.
Well, you wanted to watch...
You just go, oh, fucking hell, I watched the first one. And then you watch the second one, and then you watch the third one. That brings you on to the prequels, and you go, oh Christ, there we go. Right, okay, I'll sit through this.
No, I didn't.
But I wouldn't watch the end of Jedi and go, oh, I want to watch The Force Awakens now, lad. I just wouldn't.
Oh no, because the End of Jedi is shit. They all dance with fucking Ewoks.
Well, no, dude.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
set like 30
could
years after.
could they not have done something to make it a bit more exciting and lead into Force Awakens, other than just oh, by the way, do you remember we said that the Empire was destroyed? Well, it's not.
Right. Okay.
To be fair,
that was all we got in Force Awakens. It's just like, oh, by the way, whatever happened in the last.
Set him off now.
I'll say this, Gaz. There's a lot in the comics that fills that gap.
Yeah.
In the comics, there's fucking loads of shit.
Why didn't
that
they
fills
use
that.
some of it?
Because Marvel are fucking making millions selling the comics. That's why.
I don't know. I just that was my main thing. Is I just don't think that this trilogy really does sit as well in the franchise as they really probably want.
Tell me then, Gaz, how you would your story for this new trilogy. Where would you start it?
Well, I'd start it by not rehashing some of the originals.
Would you involve the Skywalkers at all?
Maybe to a point, but
they are involved maybe to a point. They're not heavily involved at all, really.
I'm not saying it's the characters.
You just don't want the themes to be the same.
I don't want the themes to be the same. I don't think, as I say, for me, I don't think it linked well to the one that came before it in the franchise, because obviously in the End of Jedi, you've obviously got the Empire pretty much defeated, as far as you can tell, and blah blah blah. And it just felt cheap for it to then come into Episode 7 and go, yeah, the Empire's back and the rebels are fucked again. We're back to square one, lads. And there's a Death Star. Whee! It just felt like,
I'm coming from it from a different perspective, because I've read the comics and I read Shattered Empire. I don't know if you read that, Joe.
No, I've not read it yet.
It basically, Shattered Empire is the last 20 minutes of Jedi, and then follows on the story. We meet Poe's parents. We find out that Poe grew up in a house that had a Force tree in the back garden, so Poe's got a bit of the Force in him, which hasn't been addressed in the films yet. But I've got a lot of background story there, so to me, there was a lot more. I enjoyed it because I was like, oh, there's Poe Dameron. I'd read about his parents, so I've had a bit of a backstory there. So I don't know.
Right, I think we're going slightly off topic. We did begin on Rogue One here. My problems with Rogue One are the beginning and the characters. You say they're different, but I actually say they're pretty plain. There isn't much really to that girl.
Oh, I loved her. I thought she was
No, there's not really much to her.
I didn't like Jin or Cassio.
No,
I still love the movie, but I wasn't.
I like the character.
No, but I think the biggest problem was because of so much got taken out. That was not the film. That was advertised to me. Where's all the years she spends with the chap who's like, save the Force, save the dream? What was it?
Well, in the comics.
No, because there's in the scenes in the trailer, Forrest Whitaker has really long hair, and then when she meets him for on the first time for ages, he's completely shaved. Where are those years? The next bit is again there was scenes where you see her in an undercover rebel suit. Where are those scenes? Where are those years?
I will tell you, Joe. The scenes are in issue 1 of the Rogue One adaptation Marvel comic that came out last week. And it's fucking boss. If you check my comic book picks of the week on talknerdy.uk, you will find that I enjoyed that comic.
I am probably going to pick it out because I'm interested.
Get it in trade, man. The first issue was brilliant, because what they do is the director has a little page at the end where he's explained why they're releasing this, and he said because there were so many deleted scenes and deleted backstories and stuff that he wanted them out in the open, so they released the comic with them all in.
But there's not everything's going to be released. So why again in the trailer do we see that scene where she's walking towards the end of that runway and a TIE fighter appears, whereas in the film she's walking towards the end of that runway, TIE fighter never appears. There is definite changes to the story.
I think we knew that going in. We'd watched the trailer and then watched another trailer and I thought, it's the same fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, we were told there was reshoots as well, wasn't there? They were told it was too dark.
Don't get me wrong, I really liked it, so maybe it could have been even better than that. And that's quite a scary thought, but I think they got
and
it.
And there is one big problem. There is one huge problem. So, Darth Vader is badass in this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone agrees that Darth Vader scene. It's literally the way everyone over the internet just went, oh, he's badass. You said it as soon as you walked out. Badass.
Mate,
yeah, he is. So it's really weird that then when you then go on to A New Hope, where it so clearly clinks on and there's barely a day between, that his fight then with Obi-Wan is Poke.
I get what you're saying.
Poke.
I
It's a bit
do
weird.
get what you're saying, but I didn't give a fuck.
That is a great scene.
It was a. Oh yeah.
I think though, what you've got to think is that's him fighting Obi-Wan, where he
He was
can't.
giving him a chance.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
well, no, I wouldn't say he's giving him a chance.
Don't
but
choke on
if
your
that's
aspirations.
a Master Jedi and a Master Jedi, right? Then they're obviously going to be a bit tentative and not be able to do all of the shit that they're doing with the regular people.
To me, I've always thought that scene was a bit crap. You know, and when you compare that to, you know, God forbid me saying, but Revenge of the Sith, their fight on that volcano planet when they're flipping around.
I mean, that's just restriction
Imagine if they did that in
what
a
they
new
could do
game.
at the time. So they're
Yeah.
obviously going to play to what they can do now. So I don't think you can criticise the film for going overboard because they were restricted in the 70s.
No.
I think it was a really good way of doing
I think it's more the fact that I welled up at this film. Chris knows I welled up at Rogue One because it answered so many questions that I'd always had. It linked perfectly into the beginning of number 4, which I'd said before I was always confused about as a child, and it just hit me right in the feels. But at the same time, when I walked out of the cinema, I was so happy. It was only on reflection I looked back and thought the first third of this film didn't sit with me that right.
No,
It didn't
exactly.
sit well.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm probably focusing on the last part of the film because it was so good.
Yeah, it was the best bit.
Maybe I'm forgetting about how slow it was in the first third because I just loved.
I might watch it again. Well, I will watch it again.
Thirds, but I mean, I loved the. I mean, obviously we're way past spoilers for this now. I hope, but the fact that it's not a conventional end for most films where the heroes don't survive, you know, I mean, that's
brilliant.
Fantastic.
They all
the only
die.
criticism, I mean, the
Spoiler
bad thing
alert.
about it is I actually would love to have seen more of those characters.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't because that's leading into the old ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just thought it was fucking great. I
Yeah,
thought it was a really good Star Wars movie, and we haven't had one of
film.
them since Return of the Jedi.
It's fantastic
For
film.
me.
The way that they shot it, the styling, the tonally, it was the same as the original trilogy.
I honestly, I mean, I know we're saying, oh, you know, I wish it might have gone a bit darker, but I did think it actually fit with the originals better than any of the other ones that have come after the originals. That's the prequels had their own kind of atmosphere going on. I always thought, they sit together well, but don't sit together well with the originals.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then The Force Awakens was like a new, like, modern, brash version of Star Wars, which I didn't completely click with.
Lots of fan service, sort of, you know, little.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, what we were saying then, you've got a Han Solo movie coming out. Do I see that they're going to go down the same route as Rogue One, just because that's the same type of thing where it's not part of the franchise, but here we go, where's your character?
I'm really worried about a Han Solo film and an
really
Obi-Wan
wary of
film.
it.
I kind of don't. I really don't want them. I don't see any point in it.
So how many of these have they announced, by the way? So we've got Rogue One out of the way.
Yep.
Tick, tick, tick. As far as I'm concerned, well done. Job well done.
Got episode 8 coming out this Christmas.
Yeah. Han Solo.
Next year.
Is there anything else?
Episode
9.
Yeah, but
9.
I mean,
Obi-Wan.
of the spin-offs.
And then
there's an Obi-Wan Solo as well.
Is there Obi-Wan?
Now,
Obi-Wan, yeah, that's heavily discussion.
Again, this is where I'm going wrong because Obi-Wan's been done, man.
Yeah, I didn't know.
This is the problem. People are saying Obi-Wan's been done, but they
What are they going to focus on with Obi-Wan? Because he died at the end of 6.
No, he died at the end of 4.
Sorry, yeah, he did.
They'll be focusing on between 3 and 4, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What, how he turned into Alec Guinness?
Yeah.
This is not the
It just morphs at the end of the movie.
This is not the
I'm driving
prequel.
Alex Guinness now.
This is not the prequel you're looking
It was a
for.
rough 18 years.
I honestly, I mean, that's the type of thing that I hate. I don't see the point in it because they've done that. They've done Obi-Wan as far as I'm concerned. This might lead us nicely into one of the questions we were going to do, which was about underused characters. And
Go on, Chris.
Just
stuff
let me
like that.
backtrack a little bit. We're going to get a Boba Fett solo film, which is cool.
Interesting.
That's cool. Which leads us into our questions. But before we do our little Star Wars questions, can I just talk about Star Wars Celebration for a little bit?
Yes, you may. Fill us in. So what is Star Wars Celebration?
Star Wars Celebration happens every year. Last year it was in London. and it's basically, you know, a giant Comic-Con, but just Star Wars.
Right.
And all the stars go there. You know, we got everybody this year. Mark Hamill. We even got Hayden Christensen. He popped up, did a panel. There's a picture with him and Mark Hamill there, father and son.
Fucking choke him.
And this was probably my favourite picture of Star Wars Celebration. We posted it on our Instagram page. It's all the Fetts.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got Django Fett.
Oh, yeah,
We've got his little son there. And then the original Boba Fett, who I've met. Lovely fella.
You Boba met?
Boba met him. He complimented me on my Miami Vice t-shirt.
Can we point out the reason that it was such a special event was because it's 40 years of Star Wars, isn't it? Was that the anniversary?
I mean, there's so much shit that's going on there. I mean, obviously we got the new trailer that dropped. There's the guy that played Chewbacca with Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford there. And this was probably my favourite picture of Star Wars Celebration. We've got a fan there that met Hayden Christensen, and he's holding a bag of sand.
Bag of fucking sand?
Because he hates sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. It's everywhere.
Yeah, this really bad line you're hearing him say that going, "You're fucking Darth Vader."
I thought that was hilarious.
Did George Lucas go?
Yeah, George Lucas was there. He was on a panel with the Emperor. What's it called? Ian McDiarmid, is it? And Hayden Christensen. Yeah, he was on a panel with them.
I think you'll find the device is quite operational.
Yeah, there was loads of shit. There was obviously a Carrie Fisher tribute. You know, very sad and touching. But I mean, dude, we've got to go to one of those one year. But yeah, that's basically all the shit that happened. Looked like a lot of fun. But something else that tickled my pickle, which I don't know if you guys heard about, but where the fuck is that? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Take That's Gary Barlow.
Oh no!
It's confirmed that he's in the Last Jedi. He has a cameo in it.
Now they've been doing this because they did it in Rogue One.
Daniel Craig was in The Force Awakens as a stormtrooper.
For those who don't know, Gaz is now actually hitting himself in the face. Wouldn't mind, but with a pillow that says Gary.
So yeah,
wait, what?
Gary Barlow's going to be in the Last Jedi.
Can I point out? So Daniel Craig was in The Force Awakens. Yes. In Rogue One, who was in it? It was
the guy from Rizzle Kicks.
Rizzle Kicks were in it. They were down with the trumpets.
Well, one of them was anyway.
Yeah. They've been doing this because it's been shot in Britain. So
wait, there's more.
Oh,
there's more. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I've got to find this because it is absolutely brilliant.
No, I just. And what do you think, Darth Barlow?
Here we go.
That was absolutely fantastic.
Various UK newspapers have reported that Princes William and Harry have been at Pinewood Studios to film as stormtroopers in The Last Jedi.
Well, they're just stormtroopers. What they are?
Right, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, if they're just hidden behind masks and shit, I've got no qualm with that. I just do not want to see his fucking face on my screen.
I would love it if they need to get
like,
Prince Harry's.
I've just got this horrible feeling there's going to be a cantina scene and he's sat behind a fucking piano or something. It's like, fuck off.
So yeah, Wills and Harry, they're going to be in The Last Jedi apparently as stormtroopers.
Well, that would be the closest to being actually fucking related.
If you were royalty or if you had money, if you were famous, wouldn't you want to
of course you
go
would.
on and get to the
not
new
think
Star
that
Wars
the
film?
studio and the people involved in it should go, nah, I think that cheapens it slightly.
Well, it wouldn't it?
They'd
get loads of money.
It like saying starring Gary Barlow, but they won't. Like I said, Daniel Craig was in it. He's actually, I know which stormtrooper he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he the one who has the scene?
I will release your blah 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 and drop my blaster, whatever he said.
I will release your grits and drop my blaster on the way out. It was that one?
Right.
Force Awakens.
Okay, so
my Force was
I have a couple of Star Wars questions for you chaps.
Go on.
So the first one is, what do you think the best scene is in any Star Wars movie?
This was tough.
This was easy for me.
I thought it was really easy.
Well,
the first one that I thought of was instantly the Han Solo who shot first for me in the bar. If you include the whole of that bar scene where he chops the fella's hand off and all that kind of stuff, I love that scene.
Oh yeah,
You've got, the cantina music, which is now iconic.
Yeah.
You've got the whole and then who shot first?
Yeah, I mean that is Star Wars, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but hold on, the whole who shot first.
He doesn't like bro. I don't like you either.
But what about the thing that you're forgetting there is that there's versions of that.
Oh yeah.
So which one are you picking? Are you picking the one without the subtitles? Are you picking the one where Han does shoot first? Are you picking the one where Han doesn't shoot first? Which one are you picking?
Well, it's got to be the original, hasn't it?
I'm picking the original, yeah, of course.
So the original, so where Han
I
shoots
never
first.
watched the second CGI version.
Greedo
had the.
No, you won't if you watch the.
No, in the remastered versions. In the original version, Han just shoots. Greedo doesn't even fucking shoot that blaster.
Yeah.
In the remastered versions, Greedo shoots a split second
Han's
before
head
Han
does this.
Well, you see,
Really
this is
like
why,
that.
right, all these remastered versions that come out, I've never fucking bothered watching.
Yeah.
You must hold on. How? Wait,
Have you never seen Anakin as a Force ghost?
No, I mean I have seen
Christensen.
bits of it, but I just think it's.
You have not got the original Star Wars.
No, I mean I don't like rewatch films that often, though, do I? I've got Star Wars from like when I fucking bought it on DVD.
But you remember
But I don't think
distinctly
it's
the
a
old one.
remastered. I always remember.
Alright,
the
I'll
old
give you
one.
that.
The only CGI bits that I remember there being a fucking shit bit with Jabba the Hutt before they get on the Falcon. That I was like, what the
He
fuck?
stepped on his tail.
Oh God!
I instantly just thought, well, these are shite. Why have you put these in?
Well,
that was a great scene. Very good. I mean, you're setting up Han Solo's character there.
You get the first mention of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
You've not seen it yet, but you know it's just the fucking iconicness of him going. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's just superb, that scene.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that, you don't get like mad action in it.
No,
It's not like
yeah.
a lightsaber fight
Yeah.
or anything. But that scene, I will always fucking just be like, that's the best.
No, it's not an obvious choice, but that is a good choice, man, because it's got everything that you feel about Star Wars, hasn't it? It's got the humour, it's got the action, it's got the vibes, the weird creatures. That you get the atmosphere of being in a bar on an alien planet with those fucking weird like ball bags playing flutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man. That's a boss scene, actually. I went for a real controversial scene here.
It's gonna be from the prequels. Isn't
This is my favourite scene in any Star Wars film. From Rogue One.
Okay.
The ending when Darth Vader shows up and fucking takes out all them rebels.
Oh, come on.
He choke forces them, he throws them on the ceiling, he slices them up, and they're yelling in terror, "Let me out!" And then we see the Darth Vader that we've always wanted to see. Dude, I welled up the first time I saw that. That is badass Vader, and that is the best scene in a Star Wars film. Mic drop.
I love it.
Amazing.
I absolutely love it.
dude.
And we were discussing it before, obviously, and saying, was it over the top?
So
I don't think
good.
it really was. As I say, you could maybe say, compared to the 70s, it seems a bit weird that he's suddenly such a, like, I'm a fucking badass, man.
But that's what I've
I
always
don't mind
wanted.
that. And the way it, like, links with the fucking plans getting
amazing.
swapped between doors and stuff, I just think that whole sequence is just so
Insane.
well done.
Right. Well, I'm going to say my bit first, and then we'll argue. So my one, I think you've kind of missed the whole point.
What film?
So Empire.
Okay.
That's one.
And I'm going for the final scene in Empire. So you're having, we see it's those final few scenes where it's kind of like summating what's happened. So Luke is having his hand operated on. We see that the rebels are like going out, they're on the road now. They go to the window together. It's C-3PO, they're looking out, there's so much going on. Where's Han? Is he safe? Is what's happened? They've lost. This is a really odd ending for a film, especially a sequel. They've lost, it's all bad.
But at the same time, it's quite optimistic.
But it is, it's optimistic. I think they say something like there's hope
It makes
or something
you
like that.
very excited for the next film.
Yeah, it leaves you really excited. I remember as a kid, that was really strong because I'd never seen an unhappy ending before. I was already a bit unsure about unfinished endings, but an unhappy one, that was weird. And then, like you said, imagine that effect back then. Back when you've waited years for Star Wars to come out, it comes out, and at the end, it drops that on you. And then you've got to wait. Well, you don't even know when the next one's coming out. And I think it's 3 years.
There wasn't even plans for a next one at that point when it was released. It was just a standalone. And then obviously it blew up and everyone loved it, so he was like, oh, I'll make a fucking
He did always have plans, but he was never greenlit for them. That was the thing.
No.
But I think that's the most powerful one, and the reason I think it's better than your two is I'd say yours is a moment in Darth Vader's life, but there's no real substance to that.
Dude,
hold on, let me finish.
The gravitas of that scene, the emotion in that.
There's no, for someone just watching, just peering in. There's nothing. Leading up to that. It's just a scene where a guy just all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, and it's basically massive brutality. Your one, if I had to say something bad about that, why it's not as good as my one is. Yours is just
Harrison
like
Ford.
Yours is
Han Solo's not in your one.
Yours is, but that's the problem. We don't know where Han is in my one. We're worried about Han. It's a really light-hearted scene. But as time goes by, there are things that we're gonna kind of like go. You're laughing like that, and go. He doesn't like you. I don't like you. And it's just it's not Star. It's a good place to begin when you're with Star Wars. It leads you in, but it doesn't have as much feeling to it. Yours is like just a little scene. Mine encapsulates all this atmosphere, this feeling, and that was the whole of Star Wars. What is going to happen? Despair and hope. What is going to happen to the Skywalkers? These characters. I mean,
I get where you're going, but I actually don't think it's that good an ending, Empire.
What?
Like, because it feels a bit like a come down once you've had the fucking I'm your father bit and everything.
Which I'm actually surprised none of you two picked I'm your father.
Well, no, because I thought that was a bit...
I had that spoiled for me before I saw it.
I think... the reason I didn't go for anything like that is because I think that they're iconic. Of course they're iconic. I'm not going to sit here and try and go, oh, by the way, that's the best scene. It's a great scene, of course it is, but... I don't know, there's some... I get what he's saying, it's like, you know, it's ending in an odd way, but I don't think there's that much memorable about that, oddly. Just, you know, Luke in a fucking...
It's a nice
that's the thing, there's not much dialogue, it's all about how it left me feeling.
Yeah.
It left me feeling, I always remember that, and I think every time you watch that...
I think the basis to an iconic scene is the dialogue. Because it's the dialogue that you'd always pick up on and go, oh, you only said that. It's so good.
The dialogue is actually the worst thing because people always misquote it. There's so many scenes people misquote, like play it again sound and stuff like that. So the dialogue is actually, I'd say that's wrong. I'd say it's all about how the scene makes you feel. People remember the I'm your father scene because of the whole fucking twist and the whole bit really of Luke going, yeah!
I mean, I do. Empire's like. I mean, I love... New Hope's my favourite, just purely because I think it is the first one. It's the first one I watched.
It is the first one, to confirm that.
So it's the one that I fell in love with Star Wars, I suppose. And maybe that's why that scene for me is why... Because that's one of those moments where you go, I fucking love this.
Yeah, this is getting interesting.
It's brilliant.
It's when it starts to get interesting because, you know, you're with Obi-Wan, you're with Luke, and he does the little Jedi mind tricks on the stormtroopers, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? And then they get into the bar and you start meeting all these characters and you're like, oh, this looks really interesting, this, you know.
I actually think Empire, on the whole, has probably got better big scenes. If you think they've got all the ones with the walkers and stuff.
Yeah, the AT-ATs on Hearth, you know.
You've got that, you've got Luke's training scenes all the way through it and stuff.
The first time Yoda appears.
My second choice is the battle on Hoth, because that's why I love Empire so much. That scene's amazing.
Yeah, it is incredible.
But I'm going to turn your criticism to my scene. I'm going to throw it back to you and say, for someone glimpsing in on that little scene of yours that doesn't know about the story and what's happened, that just looks, you know, like a nice little picturesque space scene.
No, because the music...
They don't know what's going... Yeah, the music, but they're not feeling the gravitas of it.
Could be passengers, for all they know.
Could be anything. Gaz wins.
Yay!
I did think as soon as he said
as soon as he said that, I was like, that's a good pick.
The scene is the best.
That is a good pick.
By the way, have you seen that Robot Chicken where it shows they do the prequel of the whole I don't like you, he doesn't like you, because that guy can't talk and he bumps into us. Oh, sorry about that. It comes up as...
I need to rewatch Robot Chicken.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Again. That was absolutely incredible, that skit. Like.
The Star Wars Family Guy skits are quite funny as well.
I didn't know. Did they do the whole Blue Harvest and that was a bit of a sack of shit?
No, it was good.
That was like the standalone one.
They did three. They basically did the 3 films.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go back and rewatch that.
The Robot Chicken one is incredible.
Yeah,
I've not seen it actually.
Oh, it's so good.
Seth Green, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got that on. I've got that on my blog when I did about what happened to. So have a look. There's a link there to quite a few good ones. I'd like to watch that with you. Actually, you'd piss your pants.
So my second and final question to pose to you guys is: who is the most underutilised character in the Star Wars universe, and would you like to see them have a Star Wars story spin-off film?
Well, this is touching on what I was saying before. The reason Rogue One works for me is because it's characters that we don't know. So for me, it has to. Underused is a weird word because obviously if you
underutilised,
you can't then have someone who's a main character for me, or even like a sub character.
It's got to be like
even someone like Jar Jar Binks is an overused character because he's in every single one of the 3, isn't he?
Yeah, I class him as a B-list, really.
So you're looking at that. Even Boba Fett. When my initial reaction was Boba Fett. Because you don't get that much of him, you just get glimpses of him and everything like that. So that film, the standalone film, might work, but because we already know about Boba Fett, I'm worried. Han Solo shouldn't be getting made. It's way too used. He's done. He's done.
And no one else can play him but Harrison Ford.
It was an easy choice for me. It's something that I always felt since when I first saw him on the screen. I want Sebulba to get his own film. I wanted to see.
It's an interesting one.
Sebulba.
Oh no!
I want to see.
I hated that twat.
Now this is why. Now he was a twat I hated, but I'd love to hate him. He was like the proper Dick Dastardly of Star Wars. Like, meh. I want to see how was Sebulba.
I don't know what you could do with that.
Now I've got the movie. I've got the movie. So it's kind of like. Almost like we do it in the style of like gone in 60 seconds. So
I'm out already.
No, he's
Fast and Furious on Tatooine.
He started off just going into races to make money to pay off. He's like got really bad people after him. Stop pulling faces. Like what is Han's job again? Fucking he's the worst. Scavengers and like
scoundrel.
He's in debt.
He's a smuggler, isn't he?
Smuggler. He's got smuggler's debt.
All the S's.
So he then goes into he hears about the racing. He's all right at it. He showed bit stuff as a child. He was actually quite good. So he goes into it. But it's quite dirty, as we've seen. It's a hive of scum and villainy over there. So he then starts. What does he do? We go. And this is why we get the director. Hold on, I've got him here. I want to direct this. I want John Lee Hancock Jr. to direct. The director of The Founder and The Rookie. I want him.
You can't polish your turd though, so whatever.
I want him to take this of a journey of a guy who has bad people after him and he's going to get back at them by being bad himself and cheating and lying, and there'll be murders and there'll be robberies and there'll be smugglers dying, and how he climbs his way dirtily up through the ranks and how we love watching him like in a Breaking Bad kind of, and again the Founder kind of way. We should hate this guy, we should absolutely despise this guy, but you know what? Go on mate, go on Sebulba, let's see you go. And then it just
is he still going on? No.
Why not?
No, mate. I hated that character. He's one of the worst things about episode 1.
No, he's not. He's one of the best.
No, dude, I fucking prefer Watto to him.
Now, this is the thing. Watto would be in it because Watto becomes. What? You just said you loved Watto.
I said I preferred him to him.
Watto would be in it as well because Watto would be like the guy running it. So we also see how.
Sounds like a CGI turf fest.
I would rather eat my own arse. Watch that.
I would rather eat your arse too, Gary, than watch this.
That sounds.
I'm gonna sell you all on this one.
Right, okay, go on.
I think the most underutilised character and the one that I want to see a film of is IG-88.
Is that the
IG-88?
Is that one of the assassins? What is it?
He's a bounty hunter that
The
we
bounty
see
hunter, yeah.
for a couple of seconds or so in Empire Strikes Back.
Get us a picture.
And
Yeah,
he's
I'll get
stood with Boba Fett and Dengar. This is IG-88.
Oh, you've got him.
Imagine that as a film, right?
Let's have a look.
He's a droid. He's a deadly droid.
CGI
He's an
mess.
assassin. He's a bounty hunter. And let's pair him up with his mate who stood next to Dengar, the guy who looks like he's wrapped in a nappy. You know the one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and make it sort of like a buddy cop thing. You know, have shitloads of action. I think it'd be fucking brilliant because in the comics, right? I don't know if you've read Dr. Aphra, Star Wars comics, but she has a couple of droids, basically R2-D2 and C-3PO, but they're like deadly, like assassins versions of them, like bad versions of them.
Oh, no, I've heard about this.
And I think that he would be like that. I think that he'd be sort of a bit like K2SO, you know, sort of have that kind of performance, whoever we get to, you know, voice him or whatever. But and I want the director of Rogue One to direct it. I want
you want to push over
Gareth Edwards to direct it because he did K2SO really well. I think he'd handle another character like that, a droid.
The studio would get involved and they would be cut down.
I'd be happier with it because it's a character I don't know. So that's where I'd lean towards it, just purely on the basis that like I liked Rogue One because it was characters we'd not really seen, but maybe
the
just
action,
heard of.
The
like,
action
bits
scenes
of
in
it.
Rogue One. Can you imagine how?
If I'm
they
being
do that?
honest, I agree with JB. I think that's got CGI nightmare written all over it.
No, I disagree. The only CGI would be the droid and. You know,
This is the main point of the
no,
film.
but wait.
It's on screen every shot.
Wait. CGI droid is way better and easier to do than a CGI fucking alien.
Now this is where you assume the CGI. I have gotten a contract with none other.
Not Jim Henson.
Lucasfilm do work with them with Jim Henson's Muppets, who will do the animatronic puppet versions of Sebulba and Watto.
I don't want practical Watto or Sebulba. I don't want any of them.
Be practical.
I want the assassination droid IG-88 to have a film because I think it'd be fucking boss. Be it like a romp across loads of different, threatening planets with all sorts of hazards, and there'd be a heist on the go. It'd just be dead interesting, I think.
The name of my film is called. It just said it's Sebulba.
Wow, you really fought hard on this one. And friends.
Sebulba. Rags to riches.
Oh, God.
Tell us about
a pod racer story.
Tell us about your Boba Fett film.
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't want it.
Does he survive?
I think it's the most interesting out of the ones that's been mentioned.
Does he survive in the belly? Are you going to do it after?
Well, if according to the comics, he does.
I would rather it not happen because I think he is in it a bit too much. So I would rather it be about a character like yours is, where you just see a shot of them or you just hear of the name or something and then it ties in a story that links well. So I think it's got to be something like that. So it'd have to be like someone who works for Jabba the Hutt or something.
Salacious Crumb.
Not Salacious Crumb.
I just think it would have to be something like that where, they maybe just work in Tatooine and then fucking end up getting pulled into Jabba's fucking
but that's what IG-88 film could be.
Or something.
Because
I think it'd have to be something like that. So it's obviously we always knew there was a whole mission to get the Death Star plans. So instead of it being more about a character that's underused, I'd rather it's a plot line that's underused.
So Sebulba. he starts off. He starts off like doing Uber driving. He drives Uber. Like, he just does taxis on the planet, and then he has to turn, like, Fast and Furious.
I would rather we have, like, the guys in that cantina scene suddenly
form a band, like Sing Street.
It's like Life of Brian, where
trying to impress a girl.
Like when they separate Luke and Leia and they give the baby to someone.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they gave the wrong baby to someone, and he's the guy who should have been Luke. So like, it's like Life of Brian, where he just turns up wherever Luke is. It's like,
That's
that fucking guy.
Make it like a comedy.
Yeah.
No, but I think you're
And John Cleese can direct that.
I think you're onto something there with the whole Jabba the Hutt thing. Imagine having sort of like a gangster Sopranos style, like sort of, you know, like a TV show based on Jabba the Hutt and his minions. That'd be pretty cool.
What was the little thing called again?
What little thing? Oh, Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, so you have Better Call Crumb. A little like gangster thing where he's running the show.
Do you know what we've never had?
What?
Something from the Empire perspective. I think that would be.
You know what?
Phasma.
You know what's fucking great comic? The Darth Vader solo comic.
I still haven't started that.
But I wouldn't want it to be about one of the main, like, obviously, you know, we're saying about this Phasma character who was in Force Awakens, yeah? I just don't know. I don't want it to be like a main character. I just want it to be like someone who's torn with the fact they're working for the Empire.
Well, we got that with
in Rogue One.
To a certain extent, but it was a bit too flash. Like,
I thought he was great. In fact, I remember that he was really the best
too
part.
fast. He's joined the rebels now. I want some guy who's like, you know, I've got 4 kids, mate. I can't let this job. Can't let this job go. I hate these pricks. Darth Vader's a fucking tit. He doesn't give me holidays.
Well, it's just kind of like, do you want to go down the route of like, what was it? With the one with Will Smith, Cops. What are they? What's the film?
Bad Boys.
Like Bad Boys, but with stormtroopers.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be amazing.
Bad Boys.
There's the film I want.
Bad Boys, but with stormtroopers. Yeah. And 2 of them have to switch for the day.
Would you be interested in seeing a continuation of Jango Fett and Boba Fett? You know, the father-son.
I'll be honest, I cannot remember any of that.
Before he got his head chopped off, obviously. You know.
I can't remember any of it. Like, when people talk about the whole Jango Fett thing, I have no memory. I did watch that film. None of it stayed with me.
You've probably pushed it out of your mind. To go back to Rogue One, though, a character who I loved in that, who I'd actually like to see more of, possibly even a solo film or a comic, is Krennic, the dude with the white cape.
Yeah, Krennic was cool. He was the best. He was the best part of Rogue One.
Director Krennic was his name.
Yeah.
And Chirrut, he was fucking boss.
Chirrut?
Yeah, the stick guy.
Oh,
the blind dude.
I do want to find out how him and Giant Gunman.
Yeah, what was his name?
Giant Gunman.
No, not Bale.
Bane!
Yes. The Force is strong.
Oh, the Force is strong with you.
I'm with one of the Force is with me.
I'm one of the Force is with me.
Did you like that bit, Gaz? Like the whole like Force bit in Rogue One?
I did.
I like Force sensitivity as well.
I love that.
He doesn't like that. We talked about Force being Force sensitive. What's the little yellow one called out of Force Awakens?
Oh, Maz.
We told you about Maz and Force sensitive. I remember your reaction being, "Oh, Force sensitive, what a load of fucking bollocks."
No, I'm just saying that in that film, it seemed to tie in a lot more with the. I don't know. For me, it felt a bit too flash. The Force Awakens. It was like, ooh, we'll give them this. They'll love that, and some people did. I just might be wrong, but I was just a bit like, I just felt like it was a bit cheap what they were going for with that, whereas Rogue One just sat there perfectly.
It was more gritty, wasn't it? I like the fact they were talking about kyber crystals. You know, those are the things that go in the lightsabers to make them. You know, like the whole Force thing that they tackled in Rogue One, I thought was brilliantly done. Loved it.
So, just to get me straight,
are we picking what? It's not Sebulba. Sebulba's not going to win.
Sebulba's definitely not winning.
Mine's the most thickened-out story.
You don't seem too on board with RG-88, so are we going to go for Gaz's Boba Fett? You didn't. You
No, I don't want his Boba Fett.
I want the
band. No, I want the band. I want the Cantina band being formed and how it got formed and
the Cantina Awakens.
I don't know how I stumbled into it, but
Gaz has won hands down in the Star Wars questions.
This is bullshit. He didn't even prepare. I've got directors. I'm calling on other studios.
Gaz did absolutely zero prep. And
Fuck you.
That's it.
That rounds it up.
Don't do your homework, kids.
Yeah, go and watch Star Wars because it's boss. We've spoiled it for you if you haven't, but still go and watch it.
I still can't believe there are people our age that haven't seen a single one.
Mate,
wouldn't you think that at some point they
it's so accessible?
Yeah, well, yeah, just not just that, but obviously, I understand why some people don't like sci-fi and stuff, but I would just think morbid curiosity would get the better of someone and go, do you know what? I'll watch one.
Yeah. Well, my sister was talking about it because Aidan was talking about it the other day, and she was like, it sounds good, that. I might watch that Star Wars. Like, she's never seen it.
No, I still don't believe your sister hasn't seen Star Wars. I think you've got a terrible brother.
She's not really into films. She liked Iron Man and all the Marvel films, but even then she's only seen a few, you know.
But as stupid as it sounds now, because it's the end of the podcast and we've destroyed most of the franchise for you, go and watch Star Wars if you haven't watched Star Wars.
Yeah, go watch it.
And if you have watched Star Wars, watch it again.
Yeah, because it's boss, and I will be doing that before The Last Jedi. I'm going to watch them all again, including Rogue One in the middle of...
Right, okay, well there's another question for you there. How do you watch them? It's like, how do you eat your cream eggs?
I watch them in the order of the story.
You would watch 1?
1, 2 and 3, Rogue One, then 4, 5, 6, 7.
No.
I just don't know, you see. I'm chronological to when they were made, mate.
I'm on 4.
Well, I get what you're saying, because I think you could do it both ways, especially now Rogue One's there. I'd love to watch Rogue One and then go into that.
Rogue One.
But I don't think the first 3 would inspire me to keep watching.
Oh no, but you get the worst out of the way first.
Yeah.
Unless you just discount them entirely.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I'd go Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, Force Awakens, whatever comes next, and if my child ever says, what are these 3? I'll be like, no. Put them down.
That's the dark shadowy place.
We don't speak of those.
We don't go there, Simba.
I know what you're saying. Look, everyone knows they weren't that great.
There was some
They certainly haven't stood the test of time, but when they came out, I was excited.
Yeah, I was. I fucking loved them when they first came out.
And I thought there are bits of it that I can abide by. I thought like Darth Maul was a cracking fucking villain. We didn't probably get enough of.
The best things about
Pod
the prequels,
racing, I thought
Darth
was really
Maul,
good.
Subalmacy?
Yeah, but only when he got smashed to fucking bits and then went, "Put down."
No, the best. That's a really good impression. The best things about the prequels.
So I'm going to start as Sebulba and yours.
The best things about the prequels: the pod racing, kind of. Darth Maul, the fight scene with Yoda and Dooku. That was pretty badass. We got to see Yoda actually being a Jedi.
I didn't like that.
And
the only thing that I thought was a bit that is similar to the Darth Vader thing for me, because they obviously had this new technology they could use. So. Yoda's flipping around.
That was amazing.
It's ridiculous.
And then when he fights the Emperor, oh mate, when he fight the Emperor, I love that bit. I do, honestly. Got to admit. I thought Episode 3 wasn't that bad.
I don't think they were all that bad. Everyone slates it now, as if it's like a fucking.
I think
I don't know what you would score it. I'd probably say it's 5 or 6s all the way through, which is shit for Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, I rate things 6, 5s all the time, and I've pleasantly enjoyed it. So, for example, I watched Kong Skull Island the other day. Big fucking stupid shite movie. But on a Sunday, I fucking had a few beers the night before. Here's a fucking giant gorilla going at it with a fucking giant spider and all sorts of shit.
But try that with
I'm not going to watch it again.
Let me tell you now, guys. I watched The Phantom Menace horrendously hungover one morning, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. I thought I might die halfway through.
It's boring. It's all about politics.
It's really bad up until about the last 20 minutes.
And then there's racist aliens.
Yeah. Who I've actually met Watto at Blackpool Comic Con.
Have you?
Yeah, the voice of Watto.
I'll tell him next time that you don't want his movie to be made.
Magics don't work on me, only money. I got him to say that. I did a video of it. So anyway, does that wrap it up, gents?
Yeah, I think so. As much as we've watched the trailer before, I think we're all probably still looking very much forward to watching the next edition of it.
Yeah.
It's obviously being a part of our lives to a certain extent. I know it's obviously predates us, but one of the main things about Star Wars is it just reminds me of growing up and getting into movies and loving movies, and it's still my favourite movies, and certainly not my favourite movie, but it's got 2 10 out of 10s. You know how rare they come with me.
They're the best.
This franchise has got 2 of them.
You know, it's Star Wars is a way of life. You know, I mean, for me, it's always been a big thing for me. I love the comics, I love the films, and now I have a child that's really into it. That's a big thing for me. You know, that bonding thing with me and my son. Like, I sat down with him and we watched the Last Jedi trailer together on Saturday, and we were so excited together. We were talking about it, and it's just a really nice thing to have. You know, and it's going to carry on, and they're going to keep making these films. You know?
Generations just pass by, don't they? And they're still fucking getting people involved with it. I mean, that again speaks volumes about a film that came out in what, originally 77, and yet still people are watching it to this day and going, wow, what a fucking movie. And fair play to him, the Force is strong with that one.
And on that bombshell,
be sure to check out our website, www.talknerdy.uk. There's loads of cool shit on there. I've just done the comic book picks of the week. Gaz has got TV shit up on there.
I've got an interview with Lou Ferrigno.
JB interviewed the Hulk. And go and watch our video for Wales Comic Con. It's a lot of fun. It's 15 minutes long, but it's well worth watching.
I would say, yeah. There's loads in there. There's really good music. There's really good interviews. There's really good questions. There's really good moments. There's really good people dressed up. It's honestly, it's well worth. Well, what would you call it? I think that it's been quoted by Chris as being a feast for the eyes.
It was a feast for the eyes. There was all sorts of wind-blowing things about. And also I met Data from the Goonies, dude. That was so funny because like I didn't know what he looked like as an adult. I'd never seen him as an adult. I mean, he's a kid, you know. And then so seeing him in real life and that voice coming out and it being that.
And he looked younger than you.
He did. That was boss meeting him.
So
yeah.
I would say I've been JB.
I have been Chris.
I've been Gaz.
How we ended this?
Yeah, try that again. Yeah, try that again.
Okay.
I've been JB.
I've been Chris.
I've been Gaz.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
I keep talking nerdy.
Keep talking nerdy.
This is the podcast you're looking for.
Poodle!